few minutes over there, but I think we went through it well. Rockets Hyun going up against Incredible Miracles Byul. I think in 2013 this was a matchup where everyone would have favored Hyun. Right now Byul is a smart favorite. Either way, I'm excited for some good CBZ action, man.
I wonder if we're going to see more early pool action here from Hyun.
You said it earlier at the start of the day. Of course, Ben and me always go through the group a little bit and we talk about what we could potentially see. Sometimes we overdo it and we make all of our funny comments before the show starts, and then on the show we have nothing to talk about. It. Like, well,
we just kind of sit here and look at each other awkwardly.
It's like, so, well, Ben, I really like your white T-shirt.
Oh, thanks. I really like your blue T-shirt.
Thanks. I did it because we have blue lights.
Oh, I didn't know we had blue lights. Otherwise, I would have worn a blue T-shirt.
Yeah, and then at the end of the show, it's like, hey, good show, man. Either way, Incredible Miracles Byul is, of course, our blue Zerg at the right top side of Yangsu, going up against Rockets Hyun, who is a red Zerg. He was a little cheeky, a little cheesy.
A little flabbergasted.
I think James was sitting in Cologne being #flabbergasted that those early pools unfolded the way they did and worked out that well.
Caleris is the perfect example of somebody that would be very civilized in Twitch chat.
Yes. Caleris would nail stuff down to the second it happens and use capital letters and exclamation marks.
And punctuation.
Punctuation. And not in a sarcastic way, but in a sincere way. He would mean every single dot.
Sir, I think that you have a run-on sentence there in your last statement about Jaedong's early pool.
There is a good chance that will happen. Anyway, spawning pool is going down at 15 supply, both of them.
Yep, Hyun not going crazy this time around. Yansu is a harder map to get away with craziness on because it's a two-player map, so much easier to scout for #cheeky play. So it's going to be 15 pool into hatchery from both of these players.
Yep, this could be a little bit similar to what we saw earlier today. Do you think we're going to see some Muda action perhaps in this match, Ben? It's kind of hard because, you know, it is definitely something that people can punish with the right amount of roaches or maybe even some bailing, crazy aggression. I have a hard time truly figuring out what is the best way to play ZVZ on Yangsu. I feel we see a lot of different styles, like when we watch Kane play, Kane busts out like a layer at the 5-minute mark and then has a bunch of Mudas 8 minutes into the game. While a lot of other players actually try to rely on these 1-1 roach timings. Some people still try to go crazy with some roach banes in the bust as well. Just pure zergling bailing should not work at this level. You
know, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert of Byul's ZVZ tendencies, but to me, Hyun is very much a roach player.
Yeah, kind of always has been.
I don't see him playing mutas. And if anything, I see him doing something really crazy like roach speedling or you know, some kind of early game roach timing attack. But
today the roaches were not Hyun's best friend just yet.
No, in fact, quite the contrary.
Even though he played well the game on Frost, he had opportunities to win it, opportunities to lose. That was just a nice ZVZ. I like games like that, you know. It doesn't matter who wins, we just want to see some awesome stuff. We saw a lot of cool moves. Revival did a phenomenal job in defending against all the burrowed play because I think a lesser Zerg would have fallen completely apart against the.
It's very easy to lose track of a couple burrowed units and then just have a game spiral out of control, but Revival.
And let it tilt you.
Seriously.
I get angry.
Revival did not fall victim to that, though.
Good Zergling scout so far by Hyun, as he sees there is still no extractor down just yet for Byul over here on the north side of the map.
So I see that you're gasless.
Now, there's the fact that Hyun is mining gas doesn't mean that necessarily he's going to bust out speed. There's a good chance that he's just going to save that gas to produce roaches when he needs it. With the double extractor going down for Byul, it will most likely be a roach play on both sides.
Yep, I do tend to agree with you there, as both players just making their way forward in the tech. Hyun is... How much gas has he mined? Hyun, what are you going to do with all that gas? He's not started Ling speed. Maybe he's going to go double Evo chamber?
He's going to, both players are going to have to create some sort of wall.
That creep tumor is actually in a terrible spot. It's going to kind of obstruct the walling.
No, you can do it above it. It's fine. It's in a great spot. And this is like
perfect wall.
This is like X on the spot for the queen. Put your queen here.
That's funny. Actually, Hyun's going to take a fast layer, which kind of does indicate that he's thinking about going roaches in Evo chamber.
Well, I mean, the roach could still be a fake.
Yeah.
You know, it could be like, hey, I'm going roach, and suddenly some Muda show up, but does not happen very often. Small Zergling skirmish going on in the middle of the map. This game, units lost has been 3-on-3, both 75 minerals lost, +1 missile attacks fired up right now for Hyun. So now, Ben.
Now it's a certainty. He's going to be playing the roach style that we kind of know him for.
It's going up to 3 bases very quick.
That's interesting.
Well,
and that could actually be a little bit tricky to hold as Byul is getting his ling speed. He's scouted this very quickly. And already 9 roaches for Byul.
I mean, still no layer for Byul, still no third base for Byul. Byul is going to try to do something about this, if not just try to straight up win the
Byul's
game.
going roach speedling. And so he's going to rally these roaches across. His next wave of units will probably be lings.
Alright, Overlord positioning is going to be really important. Hyun should see it all, but because of this creep threat, it might actually arrive a little quicker than he expects. I think Hyun might be able to hold though, Ben. It's not going to be an easy hold, and if I was him, I would start working on these rocks ASAP.
I think it's going to be almost impossible to save the third. He might not lose the game here, but I feel like that hatchery is as good as gone.
Alright, well, this Overseer Ben is going to see these roaches make their way across the map. He doesn't see the Zerglings just yet. That would be an even bigger tell. But what he can do, of course, is throw down a bunch of spines. One spine is going up already. This is not enough of a wall up, though.
He's just going to fully wall and he'll sacrifice the third. That's the right choice.
That's what. the tumor. You're right about the tumor.
As we see that Byul's actually focusing on attacking into the natural. He feels like he can end this game right now. If he focused the Roach Warren, that could be super good. But that's not going to happen. He's just going to try to cram all of his units right through this very tiny gap in the wall.
I'm not sure about this play from Byul, Ben. Like, it still looks sort of good, but I think Hyun is going to be able to stabilize here. He even cancels the Spine Crawler. Insanity Wall of Hyun. Like, being all in, cancel static D. Does not care.
Yeah, that's a crazy decision from Byul. I'm not sure that why wouldn't you just take the 3 kill of the third base?
Because even after that, even if you would be able to kill that hatchband or like cancel it, you always say it as well. It's just 300 minerals. His lay attack was extremely delayed. He didn't have an attack upgrade just yet. So if he would just make all these units and just cancel the third, that would not be good enough, don't you?
Man, I feel like he's now going to just lose the game though. He's got
I mean,
7 roaches against 21.
I also think the execution of his attack could have been a little better. Great hold by Hyun though, made it look easy. It wasn't easy. But I felt that Byul took a very unfavorable fight, but Hyun made all the right calls.
Man, what a strange game. And Hyun holds the line, and he's going to go up 1-0 in the series. A couple of more lings are going to pop out as Byul is going to try and salvage this game at the last second, but he does not have the numbers he needs. Good game gets called.
+1 roaches are so strong in the faces of the game like this.
Would it be a different outcome if he just kills the third and falls back? I think it would have been a much